Hello everyone and welcome to Logical Network, where we strive to make law more accessible and easy to understand. I am Bhavna Nair and today I'll be talking to you about sexual harassment of women at workplaces in general and sexual harassment of housemates in particular. So through this video, we'll be looking into how sexual harassment is a violation of fundamental rights, difference between sexual harassment and rape, basic concepts of aggrieved women and workplaces, how to complain, where to complain, what are the rights of the complainant, and also analyze the cause of such happenings in India and briefly discuss about the Me Too movement. The preliminary of the Sexual Harassment Act says that sexual harassment results in a violation of fundamental rights of women under Article 14, 15 and 21 of the Constitution of India. These articles contain the constitutional doctrine of equality and personal liberty and ensures a person's right to equal protection under law, to live a life free from discrimination, and also for protection of life and liberty. India has also ratified the UN Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, which reinforces the same. Also, Article 19 allows everybody to practice any lawful profession or carry on any occupation, business or trade. Thus, sexual harassment is a violation of women's right of equality, freedom and dignity. Sexual harassment is any direct or indirect unpleasant act or behavior. As per Section 2, Clause N, these are the 5 manners which constitute sexual harassment. First, physical contact or advances. Second, demand or request for sexual favors. Third, making sexually colored remarks. Fourth, showing pornography. And 5 is any other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. On the other hand, rape is a more serious offense, more serious than even murder, and it is defined under Section 375 of the Indian Penal Code. Sexual intercourse with a woman in following circumstances would be considered rape. First, against her will. Second, without her consent. Third, by putting her person or her dear one in fear of death. Fourth, where consent is given when the woman believes the man to be her husband when he knows he is not. Fifth, where consent is given when the woman is not in a position to understand the nature of the crime. Sixth, with or without consent when the woman is below the age of 16 years. Punishment for rape has been defined under Section 376 of the Indian Penal Code. Also, in the case of State of Maharashtra versus Madhukar Narayan Mardikar, the Supreme Court clearly stated that the unchastity of a woman does not allow anybody to violate her person as and when he wishes. She is entitled to protect herself in case there is an attempt to violate her person against her wish. Under Section 2A of the Sexual Harassment Act, an aggrieved woman is any woman of any age, irrespective of being employed or not, alleges sexual harassment by the respondent. Now, how is a housemaid covered under this act? This is when this section further states that in relation to a dwelling place or a house, a woman of any age who is employed in that dwelling place or house is also covered under the definition of the aggrieved woman. A workplace is defined under Section 2O of the Act, which includes any place of work, may it be a dwelling place, a hospital, government organization, or any place visited during the course of employment. You can take a look at the complete list of workplaces here. Generally, where there are less than 10 workers, the women can complain to the local complaints committee through a nodal officer who is designated by the district officer in every block, taluk, tehsil, ward or municipality. The nodal officer will forward the complaint within 7 days to the concerned complaints committee for further action. In formal settings or organizations, women can complain to the internal complaints committee, which compulsorily has to be constituted. You will get a clear understanding of the inquiry process through this chart. First of all, she has a right to expect a trained, skilled and competent complaints committee and also an empathetic attitude from them so that she can state her grievance without any fear. Secondly, she can also obtain a copy of the statement along with list of witnesses and all evidences submitted by the respondent. She can keep her identity confidential throughout the process. She can also obtain support to lodge FIR in case she opts for criminal proceedings. In case she has a fear of being intimidated by the respondent, her statement can be obtained in the absence of the respondent. She also has a right to appeal in case she is not satisfied with the recommendations or findings of the complaints committee. The Me Too movement started after the allegations against American film producer Harvey Weinstein in 2017, after which an American actress urged all the women who faced sexual harassment to come forward and write Me Too in their social media handles. Me Too wave also hit India, where several incidents of sexual harassment within and outside the film industry were unearthed. A story that came to the forefront was that of Meena, a 45-year-old housemaid in Bangalore who lost employment in several houses after she complained of sexual harassment by one of her employers. The first reason is male domination. There's a general perception of men being superior to women. Second reason is women having less hierarchical power in organizations. Third is that men tend to take advantage of friendly nature of women colleagues and domestic workers. Fourth reason can be lesser job opportunities despite of their high educational qualifications. When it comes to housemates are not considered a formal workforce. Secondly, their household chores are considered duty of a woman. Third, and the most important reason, is the privatized nature of work and non-formal relationships that they have with their employer, which makes them easy targets of sexual harassment.